I was not sold that Masai Ujiri was going to make a big move at the deadline here, and, well, here we are. We heard about the Malachi Richardson trade yesterday to clear up a roster spot, so we thought, well, maybe they'll go after a buyout candidate there, and that'll be all she wrote with that. And we've heard all the Gasol, Conley sweepstakes. We heard the Raptors were out on Mike Conley, so we're like, okay, well, those deals are totally gone. Marc Gasol is a Toronto Raptor, ladies and gentlemen. The Raptors acquire Marc Gasol from the Memphis Grizzlies, and in exchange, the Raptors send Jonas Valanciunas, Delon Wright, CJ Miles, and a second-round pick in 2024. Now, let's start with what Marc Gasol brings to the Toronto Raptors, because it's quite a bit. Let me see if I can find him here. He's probably still on the Memphis roster here. Let me find him. There he is. He's injured, but it was rest. He's averaging 15.7 points a game. He's averaging 4.7 assists. So he's a big man who can pass the basketball. He's averaging 8.6 rebounds. So he can grab them. And he's shooting 44% from the field, which isn't that great. But he's shooting 34% from three, something Jonas could not really do. Now, from the free throw line, Gasol's a 75% free throw shooter. JV, I think, was a little bit better. Steals, he's averaging over a steal a game. He's averaging over a block a game as Marc Gasol. He's the veteran guy. He's a good defender. He can shoot the three. And he can space the floor. Whenever a JV's behind three, the guys are backing off and letting them take his threes. I'm going to check out JV's three numbers this year. I know last year he was up near 40%, which was crazy. But I think this year it really came back down because I don't think he was 30%. So it's not a whole lot different. Look, in limited minutes, JV had did a very good job this year. He played 15 less minutes than Marc Gasol, and he averaged only 3 points less, averaged a rebound and a half less. He's shooting a better field goal percentage, better free throw percentage. However, the defense wasn't as there for JV. He couldn't guard the three. He couldn't shoot the three, so he really wasn't a threat. The reason why, yes, numbers-wise and the minutes played, you're looking at it like, why did we do this? Well, think about it this way. Like I said, JV does not shoot the three very often. Gasol does a little bit more. JV was not really a threat from three-point line. He really wasn't, and still really isn't. So teams are playing off him and playing everything else. With Marc Gasol, people actually have to guard him. And you know what that does? It spaces the floor, it allows other guys to get more open, and it gives you better looks. Now, ideally, Raptors get wide open looks and miss quite a few of them anyways, but you want to get the good looks nonetheless. And with a guy like Marc Gasol, who's going to spread the floor, you give your team that extra look, right? And that can help this team in a big situation, in a big game in the playoffs. That could be a difference maker. JV could have the ball in the three-point line and not have any wide open looks not have anybody to pass to because everyone's guarded, and he's got a wide open look, takes a three, misses the three. But then you have Gasol, and he fakes a three, drives, kicks it to a wide open three, bang, right? You never know what can happen. And a guy like Marc Gasol coming to the Raptors, it does a lot. He's a better defender. He's a better three-point shooter. Is JV maybe a little bit better on the offensive end in the post? Yeah, but the NBA isn't really about post game anymore. I mean, it is, and Marc Gasol ain't terrible in the post, but JV didn't really have the spacing of the floor. Gasol does, and that's the big thing that's going to bring to the Toronto Raptors. Also, the veteran presence who's been there, done that for many, many years. Obviously, Gasol is 34 years old, and JV's only 26. So you look at that, and you're like, okay. Gasol does have another year after this year on his contract, so if you want to look at that, it's not a rental type of trade, too. So that's a positive in a sense. And you also trade Delon Wright, guy. Look, Delon Wright, people keep thinking he's younger than he actually is. He was on the bench mob obviously last year and really had his big impact last year. And he only averaged 6.9 points a game so far this season, 18 minutes a game again. But you got to look at him. He's already 26 years old. And he really hasn't taken that next step. And he's basically the Raptors' third option at the point guard. You have Lowry, you have Van Vliet, and heck, Norman Powell could even fit into those spots as well, right? So Delon Wright was expendable, and you made a move, right? And obviously CJ Miles, we all know what happened with him this year, so fine by me to let him go. And the 2024 second round pick, that's 5 years from now, and it's a second rounder, so don't really worry about that too much. So yeah. The only real big factor of this trade is you losing Jonas Valanciunas. Now, you have to give up something to get something. And you got Marc Gasol. You got a big man. Now, where's he going to fit on this team? I'm not quite sure as of yet. He played a ton of minutes, and he was the starting guy in Memphis. Obviously, because they weren't that good. However, the Raptors have been playing Serge Ibaka at the 5, and he's been damn good. So do you play Serge Ibaka at the 5 and have Gasol come off the bench, or, which I don't see that happening, or do you have Ibaka coming off the bench and Gasol starting, or do you kind of try and split minutes? I don't know. I think only time's going to tell to see how this whole thing works out with Marc Gasol, but it's very interesting, because you know what this does? It gives the Raptors another option from 3. And not a guy that you're just going to give it, hey, for when he makes a 3. Because that's what we all did with JV all the time when he made a 3. Gasol, he's just a guy who's going to shoot the 3. You know? And also what this does, guys, it opens up some more roster spots. Obviously with, you lost 3 players, you got 1 back. There's 2 spots open. Plus the Malachi Richardson trade yesterday. The Raptors have some spots available. Oh, would you look at that? Greg Monroe just got traded to the Brooklyn Nets for a 2nd-round pick. Is it? Or did he get traded and a 2nd-round pick? There you go. So, Moose is gone. You heard it live on this one, so I'll talk about that in a little bit here. But look, you acquired Marc Gasol. He's going to be your guy, and he's going to be a huge impact to this team. Guys, give it time. This kind of reminds me a little bit of the Terrence Ross trade. And the Serge Ibaka deal coming over here, right? Ibaka was known as the defensive guy who is a good player, but, you know, he's more or less just going to give you the defense. Terrence Ross was streaky as heck and shot the 3 at a rate. And everyone was iffy because Terrence Ross was a fan favorite. He won the dunk contest years ago. You know, he's drafted by the team, grown with the team, and all that stuff. And then you trade him. Everyone's like, oh, why'd you trade Terrence Ross? Well, you got Ibaka back. Now, that half of the season, Ibaka was damn good. Last year he was not great. But this year he's been fantastic. So give Marc Gasol a chance, guys. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised about, or people who don't watch the Raptors and the NBA on a daily basis. If the guys who do will know exactly what we're getting in Marc Gasol, and that is a damn good veteran player. The Raptors are in win right now mode. You don't know what you're got in the future of Kawhi Leonard. So why are you going to wait? You don't. All right? And I'm really happy that this trade went through. I'm really happy the Raptors got Marc Gasol. And sucks JV's gone. Yeah, but you got to give up something to get something. So that's just the way it works. All right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed the video. And you guys like the trade. Smack that like button. I do appreciate that. And the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below, guys. What are your thoughts on this deal? You think it's a good deal for the Raptors? Good deal for the Grizzlies? Good deal for both teams? Also, where is Marc Gasol going to fit in this for the Raptors? Do you like the trade as well? Do you not like the trade? I want to hear what you guys have to say about this trade all over the place. And Evan and I will talk to you guys podcast edition. Honestly, we already recorded the podcast. I just haven't uploaded it yet. Links are in the description for the podcast channel, guys, and for the podcast itself on iTunes. Twitter is also down below. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. And I will talk to you guys Leafs edition Saturday night as the Buds are in Montreal taking on the Montreal Canadiens. As the Buds look for their 4th straight victory and a huge game against Montreal. As for the Raptors, I'll talk to you very shortly as the Raptors traded away Greg Monroe. So that's a thing. If it's not for anything, I don't know if I'm gonna make a video, but I might just do it anyways because why not? And I'll talk to you guys Raptors edition tonight as Raptors are in Atlanta taking on the Hawks. All right, 7:30 tip off down there. Raptors look for their 3rd straight victory. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Talk to you guys then.